Welcome to another edition of Politics and Right. I'm Egberto Willies. Today we have the honor of being with Sergio Otalora, who is with Florida Rising. Sergio,
yes. Hey, how are
welcome
you?
to Politics and
Thank
Right.
you for having me here.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about Florida Rising. What is that? What is it all about?
Florida Rising is an independent political organization, statewide organization of the Sunshine State. And we are the largest of its kind. And we have basically 5 pillars working on. I mean, one is climate justice.
Right.
The second one is housing, which is tremendously important.
It's a big problem right now, yes.
You know, in Florida and frankly, in the United
entire
States,
country.
everywhere.
Yes.
Housing, expanding democracy, and that's related to voting rights.
Right.
For instance, I don't know if you are familiar with the Amendment 4, which was approved in 2018 to returning citizens recuperating their voting rights.
Right.
Restoring their voting rights.
Their voting rights, sure.
Yeah.
I remember when the issues in Florida, they voted to support it, but somehow the governor and Republican Congress found a way to charge fees before they were able to take advantage of being voted again.
Exactly, and that's one of the main points in Florida right now about voting rights and voting registration.
Right.
You know, for the kind of organization like us. So the other pillar is precisely criminal justice reform.
Right.
And finally, reproductive rights.
Right.
And right now we are working hard for Amendment 4.
Right.
But this time the Amendment 4 is for the amendment Amendment 4. I mean abortion. The abortion amendment.
Right.
You know, to let people in Florida decide by themselves what to do with your bodies.
Exactly.
You know, the autonomy.
Right.
And no politicians interference in the life of the decision of women.
Absolutely.
You know, any women. Exactly. So that's our work right now. We are working. We put boots on the ground, and we have people. I mean, canvassers working through our regions. We are in 5 regions in Florida. I mean, South Florida, Central and North Florida. Right. So we're working very hard.
So are you from the Panhandle all the way down to the Keys?
All the way down to the not the Keys, but the South Florida in general.
Right.
You know, we have offices in Tallahassee, in Jacksonville, in Orlando, in Tampa, and in South Florida. So
you're spread out throughout Florida.
Exactly.
Now, I imagine that your goal is to get a whole lot of people who otherwise wouldn't vote to really join and make sure that going forward in these elections they participate.
Exactly. Yeah, we are a member-based organization, and we are also in we are C3 and C4 organization. Our C3 our C3 organization is Florida Rising Together. We are in the process of inviting people to vote, and showing people the obstacles, but also the opportunities to vote in Florida. That's
because even though
important.
Florida makes it difficult to vote, if you have navigators like your organization to tell people how to jump through the hoops to vote, then they don't lose that right.
Correct. Yeah, correct. We are very, very focused on telling people voting by mail is important.
Right.
In Florida, you have to sign, you have to re-register
every
time you vote.
That's a shame, but that is one of
You
the
know,
obstacles that they put it to try to reduce the people, because there are some people who it's easy to just register. Others, it's a difficulty to get all the information together to register.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the reason why we are working so hard to let folks know that the different dates, the voter registration,
Right.
the early voting,
Right.
Candidates.
Right.
I mean, candidates platform. We right now we endorsed 53 candidates
In Florida.
in Florida for local, state, and federal positions.
Right.
You know, so yeah, it's and the third part of our work is we work with black and brown populations
Right.
in Florida. That's
Right.
our constituency,
Uh-huh.
and all the pillars I mentioned before are focused on these communities.
And that is because these are, in fact, underserved communities.
Exactly.
And especially under the administration of DeSantis,
Yeah.
it's a population that he doesn't want activated.
And as you know, the term woke
Right.
and anti-woke is
Right.
related directly with the black community.
Right, exactly.
And so that's our fight, and we've been working very hard to uplift all these issues in our communities.
Well, look, Senor Sergio, I am glad that you are out there doing that work, because
Thanks
I
so
tell
much.
you, we need to make sure that America is for everybody, and everybody has equal access to the ballot. Everybody has equal access to their bodies, or rather not equal access. Everybody have control over their own bodies.
Correct.
And everybody has equal access to the entire of what this country has to offer.
And the right to breathe clean air.
And the environmental rights.
The environmental rights.
Absolutely so. Well, look, thank you for the work
Thank
that
you.
you're doing.
Thank you so much, man.
You have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.